Hey, it's Mopar Keith, and I'm here at the Indianapolis Mecum auction. Over the years, I've had hundreds of cars go through my shop, and now I'm here at the auction where I can choose from thousands of cars, and I picked out the best ones I would like to own. And cars that I would own, I haven't seen every car here in the facility yet, but this is one car that I would definitely put in my garage. 1970 383 Roadrunner convertible. Let's do a little walk around of it here. Pretty nice car. Obviously it's been restored, new top, new upholstery. Check out that blue interior. Now if you know me, you'll know that I am a big fan of blue. Check that out. So we got the tail stripe and the side stripe. Let's pop the hood and see what we got for a fender tag. Now first let's check this out. Alright, so it's gonna sell today. No, it's gonna sell Thursday, sorry. So today is Wednesday, it's gonna sell on Thursday. Let's take a look at the VIN number here. So we've got the RM for Roadrunner, 27 for convertible, and we've got the N for the 383, 0 for the year 1970, and G for St. Louis, so built in St. Louis. Let's pop the hood and look at that fender tag. All right, so I'm always a stickler for details, and like that right there has got to go. But let's take a look at some of the other stuff under the engine bay here. Manual brakes, 3-speed wipers. Let's take a look at this fender tag here. All right, so we'll just kind of go through it briefly. We've got the B5 paint, B5 interior. We've got V3W for the convertible top. We got J25 and J45, so those are hood pins and 3-speed wiper motor. We've got V6Y, that is your stripe, and V8W, that is for the tail stripe. And we've got tachometer, AM radio, buckets, console. V21 is also your hood blackout. So pretty well optioned car. It's all the good stuff that you want on your Roadrunner. So yeah, this is definitely a car that I would have in my driveway. Take one last look at the interior here. Fairly correct, a little bit worn, but fairly correct for everything. Nice car. All right, so I really like this car, and there's a few things that I really like about it, and we're going to talk about the engine bay and how correct it is. So a couple things I want to point out that a lot of people don't get right is the actual plating of the latches is kind of a black and green phosphate. And up here with the secondary latch too, you can see how it's plated. It doesn't look like it's painted or it's not bare metal or anything. It's plated just like the factory would do it. Another thing that a lot of people miss that aren't really in the Mopar world is the overspray of the core support blackout. And some people will mask it off and make a really straight, crisp line. But you have to imagine a human on the factory line just spraying it, and it's just going to go everywhere. So the core support blackout on this is really nice. Some other things that I like about this engine bay is it looks like the alternator's been restored correctly. It's got their correct pulley on it. and the windings are the right color. And we've got the eccentric bolts on the upper control arm. They're really nice and they're in the right position. The paint on the engine isn't overly shiny. We've got the correct distributor with the vacuum advance on there, and this is super rare. This is a rare deal on this. Most people won't get this, but this is a hard item to come by, and that's correct. We've got nice wrinkle finish on the air cleaner. We've got the wiper motor, looks pretty correct. The barrel, the gold barrel, I'd say it could be a little bit better, but that's pretty nice. We've got day-coated hoses and wires. And of course, everybody loves this. We've got the Roadrunner beep beep horn. So we've got the horn, that's in the correct place. But the engine bay on this car is really nice, and let's take a look at the fender tag here. So one thing that's, there's several interesting things about the fender tag, but we can see by the E that it's a Los Angeles built car, and we've got the W1 for the paint, and then the most interesting thing about the car, I think, is the K4, or the K5, the burnt orange interior on the car. So check that out. It's a really hard one to get right, and this car is done really right. So it's got the darker upper door frames, but the upholstery, the armrest, the dash pad, everything is done really nice. So that's some of the things I like about it. Let's take a look at that headliner too. That thing is nice and tight. Everything looks to be in the right place. Shoulder belt, clothes hanger, dome light, sun visors. Really well done car. So this is one of my favorite picks here at the show. So I'll be interested to see what this goes for. It sells on Saturday, and this price is pretty, I'd say this is at least a $90,000 car, and if there's a couple bidders that really want it, maybe it goes 125. Here's another thing before we move on to the next car. So very well done yet again. So it's got a manual drum brake car, rally wheels. So Mopar styling calls for anything with the stylized wheel that has red drum brakes. We've got the correct blackout. You can see it on the mirror there and up there. And it's got the primer overspray look. And then we'll go to the back drum and we'll check this out too. So a red drum. So once again, anything with a magnum wheel or road wheel, it's the spoked wheel or a rally wheel, and if you have drum brakes, all the drums get painted red. So we looked at the engine bay and everything. One thing that I really want to take notice to is how much of a plain wrapper car this is. So this is a stripe delete car. We'll take a look at that fender tag one more time. So we've got a V88, so stripe delete. No vinyl top, no dust trail, just very plain wrapper car. So besides the little Roadrunner emblem on the front there and the Roadrunner badging on the side, you might think it's just a Belvedere or a satellite. So no stripe or anything on the back. Just a little bit of an emblem right here. Otherwise, this car is super plain. And that's one thing that I really like about it too. It's kind of an unassuming muscle car, 3D3 4-speed. All right, one last time. All right, so when this thing hammers for 125, you're gonna know why. Because the car is done right. Really nice car.
Sold 100,000, sold 100,000. let's not discuss this way. Now I'll bring out.
So this is another car that I really, really like. So one of the first cars that I restored was a 69 Roadrunner, and the car that I had was a 383 automatic column shift car, but I cloned it into a 6-barrel lift-off hood car. So this particular car is kind of near and dear to my heart. So this is a car that I would absolutely own. And you can see right here that it is stating that it's an older restoration, and that explains why some of the paint flaws are apparent. This car is pretty correct. Like I said, once again, it's an older restoration, but it presents well, and it's in the A12 registry. It has a fender tag, Lynch Road built, of course, and it is the butterscotch or the Bahama yellow paint. So this car is one that I would own for sure because of the rarity of it, and the color is just really unique. It's not a super common color, but it looks like it needs a repaint. And once again, after painting cars for 30 some years, I would totally strip this car down and give it a proper paint job. So black interior, buckets, console, automatic. It would be a really nice daily driver or a car cruise show car. What's super unique about these cars that everybody's going to notice is that it is a lift-off hood, and it's a fiberglass hood, and you can actually lift these up fairly easy all by yourself. And you can see the center support right here. This looks to be an original hood, and it looks like it was cracked at one point and repaired, but if you were going to pick the hood up, this is actually where you lift it up. The other thing that's really unique about these is the organosol finish. You can see that it's textured and it's flat black. So all 4 hood pins are riveted down, and that's a unique thing about all fiberglass hood Mopar cars is the hood pins or the stanchions or the bezels are riveted down. They are not screwed in. So if that's a AAR or a TA, Challenger TA, or a Super B or a Roadrunner A12 car, they all have riveted bezels. Another thing that's really unique is the air filter lid. So once again, all fiberglass cars, whether they're Dodge, Plymouth, B, or E bodies, they have what they call an umbrella. And this is the little extra space right here. And I call it an umbrella because these cars have no foul weather doors. So when it rains and you're driving it, which is obviously a rarity, but if you're driving it in the rain and the water comes in, it's going to soak the air filters. So these are little umbrellas to help deflect the water. And then these are actually water drains. So this little bathtub right here, it doesn't fill up with rainwater. And you can see they got 2 on the left side, and then they have 1 on the right rear. So these are actually water drains. And another unique thing, and to conserve money, these are just actually pieces of heater hose. So if you look, it's got the ribbed heater hose, so this is the correct heater hose style, and it's the same as this. So these are just heater hoses repurposed into water drains. So we will do one more walk around. Standard equipment on these is just manual drum brakes, lift off hood, and they would come with points style distributor. You can see electronic ignition has been added to this one. And they also made these in a sedan or post, where there would actually be a post right here. But we'll just kind of do one more walk around, let you get a good look of everything. Steel wheels were also standard equipment on all A12 cars. And of course, a Roadrunner staple is the beep beep horn. So let's go around and take a look and make sure it's got that horn. And there's the original horn right there. Looks to be original, maybe not ever restored. So nice touch. So another car that I would definitely put in my garage. Here it comes. Let's see if we can get a picture of what we're at for a bid. It's having a hard time getting to 70,000 there. The reserve, there is no reserve. $69 is the asking. No reserve, it's gonna sell. $69,000 is what it sold for. Here's where they unceremoniously just push the car away. Here it comes. Looks pretty good under the lights, but we talked about the paint finish earlier. Oh, there it goes. They started it up. There she goes. All right, so here it is. They get it parked already because it's pretty much exactly right at the end of the runway there. So $69,000, and there is commission on top of that. So you could choose to just drive the car as is or have it repainted. So $69,000, it's a bargain for buckets, console shift. So real butterscotch A12 car. You know, they don't have the price on it, but it was $69,000 was a hammer price. Even though I go by Mopar Keith and Mopars is kind of my thing, this COPO Camaro is a car that I would totally own. And being in the business for 30 years, I got to show you this car because it is very well put together. The restoration is just spot on. So this is a 1969 COPO Camaro. It is one of 1,015 central order production office cars ordered that year. And we're just going to start with the engine bay, and we'll just walk around the car a little bit and explain to you about some of the stuff that is really well done. And we'll just start with the engine bay on some of the plating and the hose clamps. So we've got date correct, probably NOS or very good restoration quality hoses. We've got the right hose clamps, emissions tube. You can see everything's plated. We've got cast iron parts right here. We've got the yellow diochromate on the booster, the right air cleaner element, the right bolt heads. We've got restoration belts. Let's walk over here to some of the different plating on the hood latches. We've got satin black, we've got black phosphate. Up here on the spring and everything, nice black phosphate plating. We've got the correct radiator shroud and just everything, the radiator cap down to the emissions, the stampings, the chrome, everything on this is correct. And then we'll notice also on the firewall, we've got some stampings that are correct for the model and year of the car. So besides the battery, now everybody's always like, why don't you have the correct battery in it? Well, this is an auction. This car is going to be started like literally 100 times. So when you get to the staging lanes and the car moves forward as the day progresses, you're not going to spend $400 on a restoration battery and have it go dead. You're going to have a modern battery in there that can be jump started, and it's going to be a reliable battery. So taken away from everything, don't worry about the battery. Some other things about the car are just the fit and finish of the paint and the chrome. Everything is detailed really nice. We got good deep chrome, period correct headlights. All the finish and fit is great. We'll go over here and we'll look at the tires. Now, when you're doing a restoration, the tires are a really big investment because they don't give these tires away. And if you were to find original tires, I mean, they would be like $1,000 a piece. So Coker Tire and some other companies reproduce these, and this is a really big investment just to have the correct tires on it. But it really makes or breaks the look of the car. We'll take a look at some of the chrome fit. This is really hard to get away with too, is the way all the chrome fits. It's flush. There's no gaps, nothing sticking out. And the fact that this car is white is really, I mean, someone took a bold move on the restoration to keep it the original color. We can move the interior. One thing that was added is the triple gauges down on the bottom of the dash. but that's something that really isn't going to deter from the cost or the look of the car. 4-speed car, bucket seats, really no frills, no center console or anything, but really well put together car. The chrome is nice, really fresh too. There's not a lot of scratches on it. Door gaps are nice throughout. Then we can look at the rear of the car. The window chrome on the back, also lots of time has been spent to get this fitment. You can guarantee these guys spent a lot of time test fitting the chrome. Glass is all brand new because there's 0 scratches in it. Super nice glass. Just everything on the back of the car too. The way the spoiler fits, the chrome, the fitment. So anyway, I would own this car, super rare car, aluminum V8, central order production office, super rare car. Be interesting to see what this car goes for. Let's look at the window sticker one more time. So this car is going to sell on Saturday. The estimated cost is high as $160,000. You'll just have to wait and see what it goes for. So 1969 Camaro, I like it. I'd like to do a little showcase on this 1971 6-pack Charger. This is one of 80 known, and I've been talking with the owner of the car, and he's told me some really cool things about the car. It is a numbers matching engine and transmission, and we have the original date-coded wiper motor, master cylinder, and some other odds and ends. But one thing that's really hard to get is original tires. He says these are not reproductions, these are actual original polyglass tires. Now, I don't know if they're original to the car, but they are original tires. So those things are very, very old. So this car is really unique and it's very well done. I'd like to point out some of the things that are correct on the car. So the diochromate on the wiper motor and the master cylinder are really nice. We have correct plating, the dipstick is correct. And here's something that's really unique about the Lynch Road cars. The Lynch Road tags are not painted with the car like you might see in other cars. The Lynch Road tags are hung from a part of the interior by a wire, and so they basically only got just a very light overspray of paint. And we have an inspector's tag right here, and then we have the vehicle data right here, but no paint on a Lynch Road tag. So if you see a Lynch Road car with a fully painted tag, that's probably incorrect because they typically weren't painted. Some other unique things about the car, it's one of 80 6-pack cars. And this car has the correct engine bay blackout or core support blackout, nice overspray, once again some nice plating, original distributor, date-coded hoses, inspection marks, and the paint job really presents well. So really nice straight paint job. Chrome, the vinyl top is really nice, no bubbles. Chrome fits really well. Really nicely done. Now I have been told that the spare tire is a reproduction, not an original. Got really nice jack, spare tire and jack placement. And then right up here is the factory markings of the tire size. Let's take a look at the rocket exhaust tips. This is one thing that's super unique about these cars. In 1971, this is the exhaust tip that you could order. Really cool. Here's another thing that's unique to this car is the rear window trim is simulated grain to match the vinyl top. All the way around, and it fits really well. Let's do a shot of the interior here. There's that pistol grip 4-speed. Let's check out that headliner. right. All right, so here's one of the last cars that I would truly love to own. This is an original paint 1969 Roadrunner with a Hemi engine. And this car, although it's had the engine bay resprayed, it claims to have the original paint on the outside, and possibly the Organosol has been resprayed. But Galen Govier has gone through this car, documented it, and it's one of 13 known to exist, and it's very much original. So we can tell from the fender tag, it's a Lynch Road built car, and it's also the paint code 99 or 999 in the Bahama Yellow or Butterscotch. And this car is a really nice survivor, a lot of originality about it. It's had some touch-ups over the years, but it just presents really well, and it's a super rare car. It's also the RM21, which 21 signifies a post or sedan, which is this right here where it has the pop-out rear window. It also has the original pinstripe on it with the body color wheels and poverty caps, also known as dog dish hubcaps. So really nice car, polished up super nice, claims to be all original, and nice chrome fitment. I would truly love to own this car. It's going to be a little bit about over my budget, but if I had the space and the money, I would absolutely own this car. So that concludes my tour of my favorite cars here at the Indy Mecum Show. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching.